Do you know what it's like to have a deja vu moment? You know the one where you're like, wait a second, this has happened before. I'm pretty sure this has happened before. This exact moment. I don't understand what it is about. I'm sure there's some of you much more intelligent than I am who know all about this. And maybe you can let me know the next time we see. But thinking about deja vu moments, it struck me how we don't recognize the deja vu moments when we are journeying with God. Let me unpack that for a little bit. Take, for example, the people of Israel in the scriptures. When they journeyed with God in the wilderness. You know, they're in the wilderness and they get to a point in their journey where there is no water or there is no food. And they panic and they're afraid and they say God has abandoned them. And then God steps in and God provides. Shortly after, they will find themselves again in the same space, no water. But at no point does someone look around and say, deja vu, we've been here before with God. No, they would panic, they will give in to fear, they will scream, God has abandoned us. God will step in, He'll provide for them, rejoicing. And then a couple of weeks later, a couple of months later, they'll find themselves no water, no food. Again, no one recognizing the deja vu moment. Panic, fear sets in. And I realized that I can be like that. When I am facing a difficult moment in my life and then God steps in and He comes through for me in a big way, He answers my prayers and I rejoice. But the next time I find myself facing a difficult moment, at no point do I go, deja vu. I've been here before with God. I've been here before with God facing a challenge that seemed bigger than me. And the last time God came through, He'll come through again. No, I don't do that. I'm like the people of Israel in the scriptures. I panic. I get afraid. I say, oh God, where are you? Why have you abandoned me? But I'm in great company because the disciples were like that too. They had witnessed Jesus feed over 5,000 people with barely anything. Over 4,000 people with barely anything. But when they find themselves on a journey with Jesus and they forgot to pack bread, they begin to panic. Jesus says to them, do you not understand yet? And I felt Him say to me so many times, say, Andy, do you not understand yet? And one day He said to me, Andy, you don't need to just accept the miracle. You also have to understand the message. You see, so many times we receive the testimony of God's faithfulness to us in our yesterday, but we don't understand the message behind the testimony. The message that God is trying to get across is this, that I love you, I am committed to you, taking care of you is what I do, and I do it very well. And if only we can grasp that message, then maybe when the next moment comes around, when we face the next challenge, we can be like, oh, deja vu. I've been here with God before. I know how the story ends. So maybe you're sat there today and you're facing a challenge or a difficulty that's making you worry, that's making you afraid, that's making you feel discouraged. Guess what? Deja vu. You've been here with God before, haven't you? And what did God do the last time? Yes, He came through. He answered your prayers. He gave you strength. He turned things around. The message behind that testimony is this: God loves you. God is for you. He is committed to you. Taking care of you is what He does. And He does it very well. A lot of encouraging things were said to me when I started on this journey with you at Alton. But one of the most encouraging things that was said to me was when I sat with the VLT and they said to me, We are committed to seeing you do well. We want you to do well. This is what God says to each and every one of us. I am committed to seeing you do well. So if you're sat in a challenge today, or if you've sat in one in the future, remember, déjà vu. You've been here with God before. He is faithful. He won't let you down. He will come through for you again.